Resting versus working. Taking time to relax versus being on our grind. It's a fascinating subject, and it's one that I have struggled with. I think because by and large, I've always felt like if you're not working hard and you're not working towards something and you're taking time to, let's say, recoup or enjoy time with friends and family, then you're wasting your time. You're not spending your time wisely. That's something that I struggle with still to this day. Those who know me would definitely agree with that. I find it's hard to, I don't want to say let go, but to mellow down after the work week. It's tough for me to release the feelings of needing to be in constant motion, in constant progression, and to take a step back and just mellow out and allow myself to recover from periods of work. But I've thought about it. In athletics, rest is just about as important as recovery, right? And I ran back in high school. And I remember when I would just train every single day of the week, doing intense workouts that just busted my behind, that I would be slower the next week because I didn't give myself any amount of room to rebuild my muscles and to recover from the strenuous workouts. And the same is true in our work lives. And I found that out the hard way. I've had periods where I've pushed so hard for so long that the quality of my work had gone down. And it's important for our quality of work to be high. It's where the whole saying, work smarter, don't work harder, comes from, right? So just a thought I had today that I wanted to share with you all to make sure that although we're oftentimes encouraged to work super hard and put our noses to the grindstone, that's our culture, right? We're encouraged to not let up, because if we let up, that makes us weak. And that's something I'm very susceptible to myself. But if we don't give ourselves time to slow down and time to allow ourselves to rebuild our broken down bodies, whether that be physically from working out, right? There's a ton of examples we can use. Fitness ones being super easy to draw parallels to our work lives and working on our craft. I've taken this weekend to relax a lot more than I usually allow myself to. And I've noticed that I feel a lot more fresh. I feel a lot more positive. And life is a long game. So while we might be in the short term thinking that we're losing out on time to progress, we got to be the Terminator. We always got to be growing and building and strengthening. And if we're not, we're wasting our time, right? Well, I'd argue that might be more effective if you have a shorter amount of time that you have to work in. But in life is not a sprint. At least hopefully not. Life is a marathon. And so we have to pace ourselves. We can't run too fast out of the gates. We have to make smart decisions. And something else that I wanted to touch on that I think a lot of people go wrong in is they use rest to make foolish decisions, when rest should be used to just rest and allow ourselves to recoup without destructive habits. That's the first thing that comes to mind. A lot of people associate rest and relaxation with doing substances or staying up super late or doing things that when it comes to that next week or the next time in which we spend a certain period of time working hard, it makes our ability to work lesser. Like, it impacts our ability to work. It makes us less productive, less effective. We need to make sure we're not shooting ourselves in the foot. And we also need to make sure we're not associating rest with doing things that are poor habits and are going to make our performance worse in the back end. A great way to rest, I found, and not feel guilty about it, is to take time to relax, but to make sure that the relaxation is almost a productive relaxation. Like, not fall into too many vices and not do things that, like I said, for that next period of time we're then gonna work, be a lot less effective and productive because the period that we spent our time resting was not well spent. That's all I have to share with you today. Let me know what you think in the comment section, and as always, have a wonderful day.